Well, here I am in lockdown Los Angeles. At first we were locked down, then things started to open up a little bit, and now we're locked down again. Feeling like yo-yo time. It hasn't changed that much for me because I write mostly here in my office. I'm glad to have a very flexible job, which is freelance writer. That's basically what I am. And I've wanted to be this. I wanted to be this ever since I started the writing journey. I was working as a lawyer for a large law firm, putting in all of those hours, not disliking it. I like the law. I loved the nuts and bolts of it. I loved going to court. But I spent so much time away from my young and growing family that, I started to look at alternatives, and the one I wanted most was to be a writer because it's what I wanted to be since I was a kid. So as I was working toward this, studying the craft of writing and the business, I came across a book which has one of the all-time great titles. I love this book. It's called Too Lazy to Work, Too Nervous to Steal. The real premise of the book is to break free from being a wage slave and having a successful freelance life. And that's what I was working toward. Now, the fundamentals of it are, you do have to work hard. You have to work hard at your craft. But that's something you enjoy. That should be something you enjoy. That's part of the growth process for a writer. But then you have to be creative. You have to be studying markets and saying what will sell. And that's what I did for the first part of my career, selling to publishers. I had to sell them ideas that they thought would make money and that I thought would too. And I enjoyed writing those books. Now with self-publishing or independent publishing, as it's sometimes called, I have even greater freedom. And that's one of the things I love doing with my Patreon community is being able to experiment, being able to stretch, grow, write entertaining fiction in various forms. So I feel very blessed to be in this position at this time. Now the big question is, how do I decide what to write next? I have a writing project board. I actually keep it on Scrivener, the writing program, on the cork board. I have 55 index cards on that board with writing projects on them that I want to do. And I can shuffle them around and prioritize them according to the importance I give to that particular idea. So obviously, I don't think I'm going to get to writing idea number 55 unless I live to be 130, which if I take my vitamin C and get my vitamin D from the sun and don't get hit by a car, hey, who knows? But if I do make it there, I want to be writing. Anyway, so what I prioritize my full-length fiction and my nonfiction books for writers. And then I have short stories, novellas, and the things I do for Patreon, and so on. And then I have nonfiction ideas that I would love to get to. I feel a little like Isaac Asimov. I'm not growing my sideburns like him, I promise. But, he would work on several projects at a time. He said if he was doing fiction, he would only work on one fiction project, but he would have other nonfiction projects going. And this is how the man somehow wrote 500 books on everything from Shakespeare to math to the Bible, and then all of the science fiction that he did. So that's sort of what I do is I do have several projects, and I will work on a fiction project here and a short story here, a full-length book here, and so on. I'm okay with that. But I also like nonfiction, and so I'm keeping busy. I'm a hamster. I'm on the wheel. And if I do my 1,000 words in a day, I get a carrot. So until next time, everybody, stay sane. Don't give in to fear. Check out what you're being told. Go to several sources. Don't just listen to one voice. And continue to be productive. And be nice. See you next time.